Who is Sean Strickland? And why do I have his picture next to Deontay Wilder's? Let's talk.
Push the weight enough flex. The livest one in the section. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, BRONX on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. So, who is Sean Strickland? He's an MMA fighter. He fought a few days ago. I guess he's good. I guess he could fight. I'm not going to say he made some news because someone had to bring this to my attention. I don't follow MMA as close as I used to. Shout out to the brothers and sisters that do. I never heard of this guy, but something was brought to my attention. And I found it, I'm going to say, typical. Very typical. Let us read. Wow, this is funny. Sean Strickland would love to kill somebody in a fight. Adds, I'm probably the last person UFC would want as champion. This is him right here. All right. Sean Strickland is unapologetic about his attitude toward fighting. And that's not going to change just because he's won his first UFC main event, or even if he finds himself in the title contention in the near future. I'm going to skim through a lot of this. I'm going to go through his direct quotes. One of his quotes is, I think I might have broke his orbital bone, Strickland said about Hall in the UFC Vegas 33 post-fight press conference. Just because in the second round, he was blinking, rubbing his eyes, and as someone who's broken their orbital bone, I'm like, oh yeah, he probably broke his orbital bone. Apparently he likes what he does, but you can't be in fighting sports and not like what you do. So I get that. I'm going somewhere with this. I promise you I am. While he was happy to discuss his win, Strickland also managed to sway the conversation into numerous other subjects as he answered questions from the media. At one point, Strickland addresses his post-fight comments where he stated that he'd probably end up cooking meth in a trailer if he hadn't made it to the UFC. In reality, Strickland said he's never actually used drugs, but he knows he has an addictive personality, as evidenced by his self-confessed love for pornography. Oh boy. I'm just reading this for the first time, y'all. And I knew I'd find some gems in here. This is just, he says, are you kidding me? Strickland responded when asked about his addiction to adult content. I'm the man in the UFC. That's everyone's problem. What? Later in the same press conference, Strickland went on a tangent about how much he enjoyed dishing out violence, which then gave way to a confession about his dream scenario for one of his fights. If you like to effing hurt people, you're in the right sport, Strickland shouted. I would love nothing more than to kill somebody in the ring. Nothing more. It would make me super happy. It would make me super happy. I would own that ish. He says I would own that ish too. I don't know if it would make me liable. I might have to say I'm sorry if the cops came, but I would own that ish. Own it. Be a psychopath. It's effing fun. In numerous interviews, Strickland has made it clear that he's not chasing titles, much less fame or glory, because ultimately he just loves to fight and get paid to do it. Regardless of his status as one of the top middleweights in the world, which was further established by his own win over Hall, Strickland doesn't expect the promotion to jump through hoops in order to get him that much closer to a title fight, even if that's something he actually wanted. I'm probably the last person they want as a champion, Strickland said. So, Sean, what do you think about the UFC? I mean, it's cool. They pay me well. It's cool. I'm the last one they probably want to be champion. All right, I'm just jumping to the quotes here. There's always going to be another killer, he said. I'm going to fight somebody in a few more months. I might win. I might get knocked out. I just like to fight. I like to make money. If I go somewhere, with it, great. If not, what did Derek Lewis say? What was his last quote? But about if you let me run the division, you guys should all retire. I love Derek Lewis. He's the man. I'm just happy to be here. You should never enjoy fame because it's fake. It's effing fake. There was a point where Uriah Hall was in every interview, every media member was signing Uriah Hall, and now it's like he's on the twilight of his career and he's getting older. It's like it's just BS. Paraphrasing, I'm trying to keep it clean. I like you guys all, but it's all BS. You guys know this. I scroll down, there's some comments here. Looking at some of the people who comment, it's funny because it's murder. Let's see. There's people commenting here. They talked about something that Frank Mir said and a few years ago, and Dana White, slapped on the wrist. Then someone says down here, as long as you're making someone money, they'll never punish you. I don't know. They brought up Donald Trump there. I don't know what that was about. Oh, boy. All right, look. Look, here's the deal. Did y'all figure out why I got a picture of Deontay Wilder next to his yet? Did y'all figure it out yet? Did y'all figure it out? Mauricio Suleiman launching a full investigation. Now I know it's two different sports, but it's competition. I mean, we're not out there. I'm saying we like I'm actually in the ring, but fighting sports is a barbaric sport. And we like to see the knockouts or the submissions, things of that nature. And it's one thing when the athlete can provide that with us, but right, it was another thing, and it was a tasteless thing when this happened.
Even, like I said, I meant everything, even with the killing part. I meant that. I do want a body on my record, but I mean, that's just the bronze bomber mentality. Right now, I'm Deontay Wilder. I'm calm. I'm at peace. I bring love. But the bronze bomber, you just never know what he's going to say and what he's going to get. But it's real. It's real. Everything is real. And thank God that he survived and see another day. Deontay Wilder want everybody to go home. He want everybody to see a family, because I have family. I have kids and I love to death. And I definitely, I say an individual prayer and we say a team prayer. And the individual prayer, I always say I want the guys to go back home,
Yeah, it's interesting because we don't see this a lot, and it seems like, Max, that there's a certain line that a lot of these boxers do sort of walk. This didn't cross the line at all in your mind, just overall. Let's bring in Stephen A., who's listening in. Stephen A., just your opinion on what Wilder said in the state of boxing, how it relates.
Well, first of all, the subject's a waste of my time. And the reason why it's a waste of my time, and it should be a waste of everybody's time, is because the real issue here is not what he said. It's that the WBC says we want to investigate it. This is before the rebuke. So my point is to lean off of what Max and Matt said. You're talking about guys, you get in the ring, it's a violent sport. You know that one punch could put somebody to sleep. You understand all of that. You heard Max articulate what Mike Tyson once said, along with what Roberto Duran once said. We understand that comes with the sport. Now, you can definitely decry or really have a problem with what Wilder said. And if that was the subject, that would be different. The reason why this is news is because the WBC said we're going to investigate. What the hell is there to investigate?
I'm here with Conor McGregor. Conor, this is an immense fight, a huge fight for your career, a huge fight for the sport. What does tomorrow night mean to you?
Joe, in 16 hours' time, this man is going to learn that if you disrespect a person's kindness and take it as a weakness, you must pay. Tomorrow night, I'm going to make this man pay with his life. And I mean it. You're dead in that octagon tomorrow night.
That was Conor McGregor, ladies and gentlemen. It was Deontay Wilder, Conor McGregor. Y'all remember all of the uproar, investigations. He should never fight again. It's only a sport. All the negative written about him. This is why we don't like him, because he behaves like that. Remember all of that? Conor McGregor celebrated. Everything I read to you about this fella Sean Strickland, and I don't know the guy. I don't watch the guy. Apparently he's nice with it. Fine. But they play you a little bit of what he said, just in case.
I actually think it kind of like broke him mentally for a second. He was like, interesting.
Yeah, it's because he fucking does. But hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. If you like to fucking hurt people, you're in the right sport, man. Like, I would love nothing more than to kill someone in the ring. Nothing more. To make me super happy. I would own that shit too. I don't know if it'd make me liable. I might have to say I'm sorry if the cops came, but I would own that shit. Own it, man. Be a psychopath. It's fucking fun.
See you.
I think this was 3 days ago. I didn't, when I'm in the gym, I don't see anybody talking about this on ESPN. I didn't hear this on the radio stations. But when we say Deontay Wilder is the face of boxing and everything he says and does is under a microscope, no, he's not the face of boxing. Then why are y'all paying attention to when he says something like that? He says something that's consistent with the sport of boxing. He just said, I want a body on the record. This guy, Sean Strickland, you heard it. I don't know if you heard it the first time, but I know you heard it the second time. And I read it. So basically what I'm asking is, why isn't anyone talking about Sean Strickland? The same reason why they're not talking about Conor McGregor. The same reason why Conor McGregor can come into the States, because he's a foreigner, by the way. He comes to the States, he throws guardrails through bus windows, hurts people in his country, beats up old men, threatened to kill somebody. He was arrested in New York. So make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm asking. I'm looking for clarity. Listen, man, stop playing. You already know what this is. You already know what this is. This is just a reminder. I have to stay on you guys' bumper as a reminder. Because every time You accuse people of one thing, something else comes along to prove our point. Hey, thumbs up. Bronx on deck.